Weapons of War and Peace, Winchester Model 1897. Gameplay included from Call of Duty Vanguard. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon, and enjoy. The Winchester Model 1897, also known as the Model 97, the M97, or the trench gun, is a pump-action shotgun with an external hammer and tube magazine, manufactured by the Winchester Repeating Arms Company. From 1897 until 1957, more than 1 million of these shotguns were produced. The Model 1897 was offered in numerous barrel lengths and grades, chambered in 12 and 16 gauge, as a solid frame or takedown. Since the time of the Model 1897 was first manufactured, it has been used by American soldiers, police officers, and hunters. The Winchester Model 1897 was designed by American firearms inventor John Moses Browning. The Model 1897 was issued to American soldiers during the Philippine-American War of 1899. The first major use of issued shotguns by the U.S. military involved 200 weapons procured and sent to the Philippines in 1900. They were employed in countering Moro tribesmen who engaged Americans in close-quarter combat with knives and swords. During the punitive expedition in Mexico, some U.S. soldiers were also equipped with M97s. Already popular before World War I, sales of the Model 1897 picked up after the war broke out. This was because many were produced to meet the demands of the military. When the United States entered World War I, there was need for more service weapons to be issued to the troops. It became clear to the United States just how brutal trench warfare was, and how great the need was for a large amount of close-range firepower while fighting in the trench. After they had observed the war for the first 3 years, the Model 1897 trench grade was an evolution of this idea. The pre-existing Winchester Model 1897 was modified by adding a perforated steel heat shield over the barrel to keep the soldier's hands off a hot barrel, and an adapter with a bayonet lug for affixing the M1917 bayonet. This model was ideal for close combat and was effective in trench warfare due to its 20-inch cylinder bore barrel. Buckshot ammunition was issued with the trench grade during the war. It was said that American soldiers who were skilled at trap shooting were armed with these shotguns and stationed where they could fire at enemy hand grenades in midair. Unlike most modern pump action shotguns, the Winchester Model 1897 fired each time the action closed with the trigger depressed. Coupled with the 5-shot capacity, this made it effective for close combat, such as troops referred to it as the trench sweeper. This characteristic allowed troops to fire a whole magazine with great speed, known as slam firing. And the Model 1897 was so effective and feared that the German government protested to have it outlawed in combat. The Model 1897 was popular with American troops in World War I, and the Germans soon began to protest its use in combat. On September 19, 1918, the German government issued a diplomatic protest against the American use of shotguns, alleging that the shotgun was prohibited by the law of war. A part of the German protest read that it is especially forbidden to employ arms, projections, or materials calculated to cause unnecessary suffering, as defined in the 1907 Hague Convention on Land Warfare. This was the only known occasion in which the legality of actual combat use of the shotgun has been raised. However, the United States interpreted use of shotguns differently than Germany. The Judge Advocate General of the Army, Secretary of State Robert Lansing, promptly rejected the German protest. France and Britain had double-barrel shotguns available to use in trench warfare during World War I. However, unable to obtain high-powered ammunition and judging reload speed too slow for close combat, these countries did not field them. The rejection of their protest greatly upset the German forces, because they believed they were treated unjustly in the war. Shortly after the protest was rejected, Germany issued threats that they would punish all captured American soldiers that were found to be armed with a shotgun. This led the United States issuing a retaliation threat, stating that any measure unjustly taken against captured American soldiers would lead to reprisals by the United States on captured German troops who wielded flamethrowers and serrated bayonets. The Model 1897 was used again in World War II by the United States Army and Marine Corps. Some were still in service during the Korean War and the Vietnam War. Thanks for watching.